does everything wrong, but still gets a win. Okay. Well, let's see what happens with this. This is a Graf Zeppelin in a ranked battle environment. So we're going to go ahead and pull up your Graf Zeppelin build. We'll start with that, and then we will do the stuff from there, okay? So Graf Zeppelin, Tier 8 German carrier, a very fun boat. Her AP bombers are not the greatest. Her rockets are okay. Her torpedoes are fine. Of course, she's got the secondaries, which a lot of people know about the Graf Zeppelin. Prior Sys, is this a Lutyens build?
Nope.
No!
I don't have Lucians.
You need to get Lutyens. Lutyens is a coal commander. Just get some coal and get Lutyens. Be done with it.
Yeah, I know. I'm gathering up coal as we speak.
Perfect. So, I have a
I
video.
had that headset because echo was happening.
Okay. I have a video out about why it's more important to get commanders than ships early on. This is a great example. Lienz is a force multiplier when it comes to the Zeppelin. He takes the Zeppelin and overcharges it, supercharges it, makes it an even better carrier with the secondaries and more importantly with the planes too. All right, so let's take a look at your ship build. Then you've got air groups modification. Is this video on YouTube? NBA? No, this is live on Twitch. I am also streaming to YouTube later. It may go on YouTube. It's up to you all to vote for which replays you liked the most from today. Aircraft engines is fine. Secondary is an interesting choice. Now, what do you have instead of secondaries? I mean, you're in a German German carrier with the secondary stuff, so fine. I think that's fine. Otherwise, I probably
I may have put secondaries solely because I've seen too many videos about Zeppelin secondaries just demolishing enemy ships.
Nothing wrong with that at all. And that's why Lutyens is even better, because you get enough secondary hits and then your secondaries are even faster. So that's hilarious. Otherwise, I'd probably go with attack aircraft mod or one of the two. In the 4 slot, you've gone with your bombers. Why the bombers instead of your torpedo bombers or your rockets?
That might be because I have the mod that replaces bombers with Stukas, and I'm a sucker for Stukas.
So you're playing a mod that replaces the planes. Obviously, that doesn't impact the game performance, but you love Stukas, and so you want to buff the Stukas. Okay. The reality of course, is you're buffing the weakest of the 3 different aircraft types with this, so you're better off going for rocket or torpedo bomber HP in this. I think concealment is fine for your 5th slot. You said this is a standard captain.
Yep.
So you've got air supremacy, improved engines, sight stabilization, survivability expert, torpedo bomber. These are all good skills. These are all good skills. You know, secondaries might be fine. Electric, yeah, NBA, I do have a video on YouTube if you go search Commanders over Ships, if that's what you're talking about. So is this captain specific to the Graf Zeppelin? What's this captain on right now?
The captain is a spare gear I had, so only 11 points.
Right, but what tech tree ship is this captain on?
What do you mean?
So it's a premium ship. This is a premium ship. So you can put a captain on a tech tree ship and put him on a premium ship.
Oh.
Ah. Okay. So this is something else that a lot of people don't understand with commanders. You put a commander on a tech tree ship and then you literally put them on any premium. So if you've got this captain You can take this particular captain at 11 points, and you can put him on a battleship, a destroyer, a cruiser if you wanted to. You can put him on another carrier. Put him on one of those. Even a sub. And then you can also have that captain built for a carrier. The reason why that's helpful is you can put him on the tech tree ship, you play a game in the tech tree ship, and then you play that captain on a premium ship, and both of those boost the captain's abilities, right? Both of those boost the captain's XP. So there's no reason not to. In other words, you're hurting yourself if you put a captain on a premium ship and only a premium ship. Each captain should be tied to a tech tree ship at least. And then if you can add them to a premium ship, you do so. So in other words, if you've got a 19-point captain someplace on a tech tree ship, you can put him on your Graf Zeppelin. It doesn't cost you anything. You can play with the skills. Hello, Milk Me Wargaming. Anyways, so other skills for a Graf Zeppelin that are useful. Secondaries is nice. It is much more expensive to train a commander on a tech tree ship fully trained 21 captains. What? I don't know what you mean, Electric. I would take a captain on a tech tree ship and put him on a premium and put him on a tech tree and together work them up to 21 points. That's how I would do it. Work them together. So anyways, other skills that would be helpful for you. Secondary, if you're going to play ranked and you're going to get in the thick of things, secondaries is nice. Bigo shared a Hidden Menace game, which you could do when a commander's... Oh, yeah. Yeah, put him on tech tree first, then train him to 21, instead of training him to 21, then putting him on a tech tree. I see what you're saying, yep. I don't like Hidden Menace much because it hurts your... it's good for your detectability, but it hurts the return speed of squadrons. For German carriers, it's kind of a net, like, they cancel each other out kind of deal. But for other ones out there, it's not as good. What else could you do? And aircraft armor for anti-air reduction is a very good skill. I would put that in ahead of secondary battery. Now you're left with 3. Where would we go with our 3? You could do enhanced armor piercing for the bombs and the rockets. You could do repair specialist for the torpedo bomber heals. I might go secondary armament. And then pick one of these. Maybe engine techie or improved engine boost. One of these two. I don't think last gasp is that useful on these ships. But just something that gets things in. How much longer are we going for Cromoa? Till 6:30, somewhere around there. So I'll probably play some for a little bit. But I might go for something like that. Okay? And then signals, speed boost, consumables, anti-air, secondaries, fire chance. Heal boosting is okay. That only helps your torpedo bombers. Flood recovery. Honestly, I would drop the heal boost and go for a ramming flag. I think I would do that. We're only gonna do we're only doing this replay Cromoa, and that's it. Our final replay stream will be on Sunday for this patch. So I might do something like that. You just never know when you need to ram a biatch. So that comes in handy. I might do like this. I might even drop the other fire reduction and go for the other fire chance, just because it boosts your secondaries. But I'd go something like this. Alright, let's drop the... Yeah, let's drop the build viewer. Now, I didn't take a screenshot yet. I'm going to take... I always like, with carriers, I like to take screenshots of carriers launching planes, because that's what they're known for. So we're going to wait till you launch a plane. Have some dirty water while we wait. Cheers. So this is a ranked battle, which means it's ranked silver, right?
Yep.
Okay. There we go. You're launching a plane. This game is just so doggone beautiful when it comes to aircraft that you have to like just dig in on the models like this. It's just gorgeous. Nice Friday tune indeed. Thank you for being here, Jake Shuffle. I've never done one of these before with them launching on the catapult, so that's kind of cool. Pardon my indulgence for a second while we look for a screenshot we can take of ah, yes, art department number 1. Damn right. Okay, here we go. All right, so we are getting into the game now. Obviously, oh god, you're up against Saipan. That's fun. Okay, Pommern and Scarlet Thunder are a threat because these two are the same clan. You're gonna expect that either they sync dropped and got on the same team, or they're going to end up in a voice chat at some point. Jaeger is what you want to find and destroy. Jean Bar, good anti-air. Tulsa, good anti-air. Pommern, Scarlet Thunder. If they're playing together, they're gonna have good anti-air.
I have to admit, I'm about to launch into an avalanche of failures.
Uh-huh. So your first failure was, I don't know, what we're talking, and you just brought your planes back. I don't know why you did that.
Fighters.
Not worth it, in my opinion. Forget the fighters. I understand you're trying to support your teammates, but you support your teammates far better by finding the enemy ships so that your team knows where they are going.
By fighters, I mean the enemy fighters shoot up my planes.
Got it. Okay. I didn't see that. Sorry. I was too busy talking about something else. If that's the case, yeah, that was a bit of a derp, but it happens. All right, Scarlet Thunder. These are AP bombers. Best coming into the side of ships. You got one Citadel on them. Nice. You're dropping your planes a lot and then returning right away. So I would immediately get in the habits at the early game of pre-dropping. So like right now, launch an attack and drop ordnance, send them back to the carrier so they're ready for the next run. If you're going to recall after one drop anyway, there's no need for you to keep all of them together. It actually hurts you because that's more planes that could be shot down. Like here, if you F off, for example, which you should. Because you got planes on you. You're going to try to go for it again, and you're going to lose all your planes here. So, early game, F off immediately, and use your, do recalls after one drop, like pre-drop it for all of them. When I see fighters go after planes, they only kill half when you notice it, and they stop and leave. Electric, that's because the fighters that circle will only kill one enemy plane for each one plane that's in the fighter group. So if there's 5 in the fighter group, then they will kill a maximum of 5 planes. If you've got a squadron of 9, that means they'll leave you with 4.
I'm making mental note of the mental note here.
Mental note of what?
Of all the mistakes I'm making.
Fair enough. Alright, you got the drop on the Tulsa. Nice hit there. 2 hits, 2 solid hits, one of which was a Citadel. I mean, these bombers sadly don't do enough damage to really warrant, like, being excited about it. Here's where if you had loot yens, you want to spam your rockets, by the way, for those of you guys who do play loot yens with Graf Zeppelin ranked. Spam your rockets early because for loot yens, the talent is all about getting hits. A certain number of hits, and then it procs, and then you boost sooner. By the way, Tulsa is your better target here for your AP rockets. Not this Pommern. Yeah, 3 non-pens. Does nothing.
Zeppelin doesn't have AP rockets. It has HE rockets.
Oh, you're right. Either way, for this case, I think you'd be better off shooting at the Zeppelin anyway, or the Tulsa. I'm used to the Tech Tree line, which has the AP rockets, and the Lowenhart, which has the AP rockets. So, sorry. The only thing you can hope to do with your HE rockets is set the Pommern on fire. I would say that's only worth going for if you caused a flood on him, or somebody else caused him to DCP. Then it's worth going for him with those rockets.
At that point, I panicked and started maneuvering the ship, except not on minimap because I'm an idiot.
That's okay. Nice kill there on the Pommern. I like the AP bombers. AP bombers. Ironically, one of the targets they're really good at is German battleships. And here comes the Tulsa. I like how your Pommern just leaves you to dry. That's nice of the Pommern. And because you took so many plane kills earlier, look at the situation right now. You don't have full squadrons. Also, these torpedoes, that's the enemy destroyer. That's the Jaeger. So the Jaeger is up here now. GG. Forget about the Tulsa. You gotta find the Jaeger. The Jaeger's not there. Jaeger's up where I circled.
Yeah, honestly, I was just hoping to get one last kill or something.
Well, the problem is with you reversing, now you go in front of Jean Bart, so you're probably gonna die here. Wow, you're actually dark. Impressive.
I was hoping to get the island cover near the cap so I could then bomb the cappers, but that didn't quite work out as I hoped.
Right. So, in a situation when you blow up like this, the worst thing that you can do is drop your bombers and then hit F key. Because as soon as you do, you are done with this game. If you don't hit the F key, you actually have the ability to move your planes around for a bit, and you can still have an impact on the game. The biggest thing you could have done with your bombers, but you didn't, is you could have gone and shadowed the Jaeger and just kept him detected, because the Jaeger's got terrible anti-air, right? So I would have, if you're already in the drop on the Tulsa, I would have continued on and moved my bombers to over there. Try to just spot whatever. Oh, look, there's the Jaeger. So this is a very aggressive early position, and it gets you killed, partly because your teammate leaves you, but also because they're heavy on that side, which you don't know is going to be the case until it happens.
Yep.
So now you're dependent on your teammates. Here's where if you had not sent your planes back to a dead carrier and you stayed in planes after dropping the Tulsa, you could have moved your planes over here and spotted the Jaeger. The Jaeger doesn't have smoke. Spotting the Jaeger means the Pommern secondaries are on the Jaeger. The Jaeger can, that the Pommern can angle to incoming torpedoes from the Jaeger, that sort of deal.
Thing is, after dropping those torpedoes, I had basically one plane left.
That's okay.
And that plane, I didn't actually press F. The plane was destroyed.
Okay. So this goes back then to the earlier talk about pre-drop. Pre-drop your planes. If you had pre-dropped your planes, you would have had 3 or 4 or 5 planes left over after dropping on the Tulsa instead of 1. And then
so what actually is pre-drop?
So pre-drop is as soon as you launch, you drop an attack. You go into attack mode immediately. Like, you legit click the mouse button until you can drop your ordnance. And you go into an attack run, and you drop on, I don't know, a teammate, an island, it doesn't matter. But when you drop that, those planes that were in the attack run now start coming back to your carrier. And then you go and you attack a target. with your remaining planes. You only get one attack run in, they come back to your carrier. And so what it does is it cycles your planes quicker to the point where you have more planes available towards the end game.
Also, that's why they do it. I've seen
That's
it in
correct.
videos, but I don't know, I hadn't
That's right.
known why they do it.
The only reason not to pre-drop is if you are up against a target that you know either has bad anti-air or is by itself, preferably both, because then you can just keep targeting it until it blows up. But if you're in a situation where you attack a target and you only get one drop on it, even with a full squadron, you would have been better off pre-dropping. Dropping one, and then, you know, and then attacking with what's left over. Exactly, it saves your planes for the later part of of your battle. So now you're forced to follow the Kitakaze, as I guess he's chasing the Saipan, but he's on the wrong side. The Saipan was last seen going the other way. This is the problem when you die in rank. You're forced now to just watch everybody and hope to God that people know what they're doing. Kitakaze is going to kill the Saipan, so that's good.
Somehow that match ended up with a victory, but honestly, I was just, yeah.
Okay. So can I
Watching.
explain a pre-drop again? Yes, a pre-drop is literally when you attack right away. You launch your planes, and as soon as you can, you go into attack mode. As soon as you can. You want to go into attack mode as soon as you can because it sends that group back to the carrier. When that group comes back to the carrier, they get rearmed and they're ready to go the next time you need them. So let's say you fire off your torpedo bombers. If you immediately go into pre-drop, right, then some of your torpedo bombers go back to your carrier, which means the next time you want to use your torpedo bombers, they're available. They're ready to go. So get in the habit of doing that, especially early game, especially in a ranked battle situation. You want to pre-drop early for the most part. There are some cases you don't, but in a ranked battle, especially early on, you start with pre-dropping. The other thing that's nice about pre-dropping is if you find yourself in a situation like the first squadron, which I missed, and enemy planes latch onto you, that's fewer planes you lose because you've already sent some back to your carrier. So that's another reason why you want to pre-drop. Graf Zeppelin in Tier 9 ranked is a tough... frankly, Hujam, with all due respect, a Saipan in Tier 9 ranked is a tougher choice than a Zeppelin. Yes, you save the group that is otherwise shot by anti-air. Exactly. So you always pre-drop. You send them home right away, as soon as you can. So let's, I don't know if there's anything else in the report here. You came on bottom. Hopefully you complimented the rest of your team that carried you to victory. You said to me, I don't know how I won this game. So let's pull up the replay render and let's see. How did you win this game? So right here, had he pre-dropped, for example, right? Then that's fewer planes chasing after him. I'm going to go back to the start. I want to see something. You took a little bit of time before launching your planes. I noticed that. Then you launch them. Okay. So,
That's just loading in.
Stupid thing. I'm trying to pause the game, but it's not letting me. All right, if it's just loading in, fine, whatever. But here's the deal. Yes, discard one attack away into the water. Okay, so pause. Stupid. Why won't this replay render let me pause? Dude, you flew straight into the enemy fighters. Don't do that. As soon as you see the fighters dropped, either hit the F key immediately or use your boost. Hit full W, boost, and turn to get out of that red area. There's no point in just staying in that spot. Now the stupid thing lets me pause. That's weird. But you're playing this ship like you're playing a cruiser, which there's some concern there. You don't need to do that. Do it later in the game. Do it when you're like when there's not much left in the game or the enemy team. Then you play your ship like a cruiser. There's no reason for you to be half health right now. So where you want to be, Prior Sis, is you want to be at Bravo 4. Take a look at this minimap. Do you see Bravo 4? You see how that's behind? That's a safe position, isn't it? Right? You're not detected, you're not spotted, you're not shot at. The nice thing too about Bravo 4 is, and we know later that the Jaeger is going to go all the way around. If you're in Bravo 4, you have more room to run away if you get spotted by ships.
Well, part of this is just stupid decisions, but part of those stupid decisions is, well, what sometimes when playing carrier, you just get yelled at. Okay, most of the time you get yelled at.
Yeah,
When
you have to
safe,
ignore
you
that.
get yelled at. When you don't play it safe, you
have to
also
ignore
get
it.
yelled at.
You have to ignore it. You have to ignore it. No class is more yelled at in this game than anybody who plays carrier. So if you're going to play carrier, you just have to ignore the team chat.
Except for submarines.
Even submarines. See, here's the problem with carriers. Because of the fact that they have this thing called fighters, everybody on the team just immediately expects you to put your fighters on top of them. And what's really frustrating about that, frankly, Prior Sis, is that a good enemy carrier player doesn't give a damn about your planes. No matter where you put those planes, a good enemy carrier player will play around those. So the idea that your planes belong to your teammates is complete asinine BS. But most of your teammates don't understand that. So what are they doing? They're screaming at you. If you're going to sit there and watch that and respond to them, they're taking you out of the game. Don't let them do that. Ignore them. Ignore them. It's better for them if you ignore them. I should pre-drop on every CV. Every non-Soviet CV. Soviet CVs are all in one drop. So a Soviet CV, you pre-drop, you go back to your carrier. Don't do that. But every other carrier, at the start of a game, yes, generally speaking, you want to pre-drop. Generally speaking. Especially in ranked. Prior Sis, do you have any other questions?
No, I don't. I have a head full of thoughts, but aside from that, that's it.
There's a lot to think about from this. Carriers are one of the most difficult classes to play in this game. So do not feel embarrassed. Don't feel bad about it. I think it's great that you sent the replay in. As you can see, Dr. Schatz learned a lot from this. I'm sure there's others as well as yourself who have learned a lot from this replay. So
I have some replays from previous patches that feature questionable carrier play also.
Yeah, unfortunately, those are invalidated by the patches. So
yeah. I have an Indomitable that I still have no idea how I survived the entire match.
There you go. Yes, FAA support. Look, honestly, Electric, to anybody else who's listening, most of you guys are very engaged players, right? You're here on the stream or you're watching me YouTube later. You care about learning in this game. Here's the thing. Anti-air is a joke if you are by yourself. If you're with two other ships, anti-air is a threat. So in a carrier game, the worst thing that you can do is go off by yourself, plain and simple. The best thing you can do is buddy up with somebody else. I guarantee you will do more with your anti-air if you buddy up with somebody else than if you cry and cry and cry at your teammate to put a plane down in front of you. Because like I said, it doesn't matter. Yes, Dr. Schatz, carriers' fighters are best suited as spotting mechanisms. You spot an enemy, you put down a plane outside of the anti-air range of that enemy, and they will continue to spot. That gives you the freedom to go and attack something else, or go back to your carrier and bring something else out. Playing carrier is like playing medic. It very much is. Yes, Prior Sis. And everybody's screaming for you, so you just have to, like, triage it. How are you going to establish map control if you're grouped up with your team? So that's the part of the problem, Valiant, is you really need people to pair off into buddy systems, not go all over. So One of the things that I hate about when I play rank is the enemy team balls up like in this murder ball of like anti-air, and my team goes and just sails willy-nilly all over the damn place. In that situation, my team is at a severe disadvantage because the enemy carrier can just go drop on whoever they want willy-nilly. Map control sounds all sexy at the start, but map control doesn't mean jack if half of your team is dead because they were all by themselves and the carrier was able to do whatever they want. Using a smoke on the USA new carrier line. So for smoke for new USA carriers is really good for your initial destroyer. You smoke on them and in front of them where you think they're going to go. You smoke on and in front of secondary battleships. And in the worst case, you smoke on and in front of yourself to help you get out of things. Your choice will always piss somebody off. Exactly. So just forget about it. Don't even worry about your teammates and their chat. AA is a joke, so a buddy system. No, Valiant. No, you're missing out what I'm trying to get at. You and somebody else, your anti-air combined is worth something. You by yourself, it's a joke. Okay? So you and a buddy. I don't care who you're buddying with. If you're a battleship, buddy with a cruiser. If you're a cruiser, buddy with another cruiser. If you're a destroyer, buddy with a cruiser. I don't know. But the point I'm getting at is you should not be by yourself ever in a carrier game. If you go off on your own in a carrier and you get spotted, you deserve to die. Frankly, that's it. And then you're going to die. And then what's going to happen? The rest of your team dies because the enemy carrier goes and focuses on the next ship that's by itself. Take a look at this. Look at this game, for example. The Tulsa is by itself. He should have been focused. He wasn't. He died anyway, so it worked out. But your Kitsakaze is in trouble. The new line, first planes should be smoke capable, not torpedo. Dr. Schatz, no. On the Yorktown line, I typically start with torpedo bombers, and then I bring out the tacticals. You're thankful to learn that something like a Hindi and Shima group will be a threat to carriers. I mean, if they're working together, they actually can be. They're on their own, they're not. That's the thing. That's the hard part about this game, is that players have to learn to stop thinking about themselves and themselves only, especially in ranked. You always wish the destroyer or cruiser would not run off. So, yeah, right, exactly. They work together. You learn more in these 10 minutes about playing carrier than since November when you started playing. There you go, Dr. Schatz. And by the way, send in your own replay. Prior sis, anything else, or are we good?
Yeah, we're good. I think I'll leave the voice chat.
All right. Thank you very much, Prior sis, for all your support and everything.